Hey everybody, today is Free Ride Friday, where we give away a free lifetime membership every single week to the $100 MBA Training and Community. So make sure you hang on to the end of the lesson so you can hear who won this week's free ride. To enter our weekly draw, all you got to do is leave us an iTunes rating and review. Show us some love and you can win a lifetime membership to over 180 video lessons, interviews with experts, workbooks, our whole community on Facebook, a whole lot more. It's our way to say thank you for being so awesome. All right, guys, let's jump into today's episode. Welcome to the $100 MBA Show, the business podcast that pumps the fuel that makes your business go with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today's lesson is part 2 of our 2-part lesson on Customer Onboarding 101. Yesterday, we went over part 1. So if you haven't listened to part 1 yet, make sure you hit pause right now, listen to part 1 first, and then come back to part 2 right now. We'll be here, don't worry. It's important for you to get the foundation of part 1 first and then move on to part 2. If you're all listened up, let's get into it. In part 2, I'm going to give you the exact strategies to create your onboarding sequence. In part 1, we learned what onboarding actually is, why it's important, some benefits of it, and the differences between in-product onboarding and external onboarding. So in today's lesson, I'm going to give you a basic onboarding strategy that you can do. It's very simple, it's very easy, and it's very low cost. I'll also mention some other tools you can use if you have a bigger budget. I'm going to walk you through how to create a clean and seamless onboarding sequence for your products and services. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Front App. If your team manages support at, sales at, or product at email accounts, you need to check out Front App. Front's shared inbox makes it easy to collaborate and keeps messages from falling through the cracks. You can assign emails to teammates, you can add comments to collaborate internally, and you can set reminders to follow up with people. So you can stay good to your word, right? And Front App wants you to check it out, to give it a try, and for $100 MBA listeners, they're giving away a free 30-day trial. Check out frontapp.com/MBA to sign up for your free trial. It's absolutely free. That's frontapp.com/MBA. In today's lesson, part 2 of Customer Onboarding 101, I'm going to teach you a simple, streamlined onboarding system that you can use at a low cost. So there's a lot of things you can do that are very simple that can help your customer get very familiar with your product or service and teach them how to use it in the best way. So the first thing I would suggest when it comes to onboarding is take a look at what happens immediately after they check out and purchase your product or service. So after they hit pay now and they've put their credit card information, what's the next page? Most people, it's a thank you page. But what I want you to do is add to that page. I want to start the onboarding process there. And I'm going to share some examples of what we do at the $100 MBA. So the first thing you see when you join the $100 MBA is a thank you page. And it has a funny GIF of Nicole and I cheering you on. There's no navigation. It's just a plain page with a thank you message and telling the new customer that we're pumped to have them. We have a GIF showing our personality. And then there's a button below the GIF that says, get started right now. So when they click that button, they go to another page that has a video. And this is what we call our onboarding video. So in this video, we're going to welcome our user, introduce ourselves, talk about what the $100 MBA really is, and how to best use it. And this is a really short video. It's about 1.5 minutes. And again, it's a welcome. It's me and Nicole on camera. And all there is on the page is this video and a button below it, and I'll explain what the button is. And in the video, I just say to them, hey, welcome to the $100 MBA. We're really pumped to have you. Nicole introduces herself, and then there's one quick short message. And I say to them, hey, to get started right now, just click the button below, and you're going to enter an orientation course. In the orientation course, we walk you through how to use Webinar Ninja. There's no other way to get around this. There's no items there. There's no navigation. It's just a button that says get started now. And I tell them, press that button. I actually, point to the button in the video. And then they press the button and then they move into the orientation course. And in the orientation course, you're put into the first lesson and there's an outline of all the lessons that are in the orientation course. Now, the reason why I wanted to explain that to you is because when you're creating an onboarding sequence, you want to have a controlled environment, meaning that you want to give limited choices. In fact, you want to give one choice. You don't want to confuse your new user. They just checked out. You want to give them precise instructions. This is what I want you to do. This is your next step. Your next step is to press the button to watch the video. Your next step is the orientation course. Don't overwhelm them. And what happens is within a few minutes, the customer that has just checked out with the $100 MBA is enjoying the process. They're watching a welcome video. They're watching an orientation course. And in the orientation course, we actually just have a few videos. There's about 5 or 6 lessons explaining how to use the site, how to use our membership area. Now, you might think, wow, this is pretty self-explanatory. My site has everything in the navigation. No, do not assume. And in our orientation course, we talk about this is how you access the courses. This is how you access our Facebook group. This is how you access our workbooks. This is how you can ask a question. Each lesson is dedicated to a major feature on the $100 MBA's site. And when I say site, I mean the membership site, once they become members inside the membership site. So this orientation course saves us a whole lot of headaches because people have to go through it. And when they go through the orientation course, which takes them less than 10 minutes, they're ready to get started. And in fact, I tell them what the first lesson of the $100 MBA they should go for. And after the orientation course, they're ready to get started. Now, remember, you want to handhold your customers throughout the whole onboarding. So never leave them without giving them the next instruction. So at the end of the orientation course, we tell them, hey, this is your next step. Start on this course. And there's a button they click, which takes them to the first lesson of that course. So I'm doing a lot of onboarding on site here. And this is very easy. You could just create simple pages on your website that walks them through it. It doesn't have to be fancy. In fact, it's better not to be fancy. You want to keep it simple. And you can do a lot through short videos. And if you have a webcam, you can just record a quick video and show them, hey, this is step 1, this is step 2. And as they go through each page, they're guided through your product. Now, this works for a course, an ebook, a software. This even works for your actual physical goods. So say, for example, they ordered a t-shirt. You can have a thank you page and says, hey, we're so happy you bought from us. Watch this video. And it could be a funny video. It says, hey, in a few days, you're going to get your t-shirt. It's going to look like this. You're going to have a video of yourself opening up a box with a t-shirt in it. And get them excited and say, hey, first thing I want you to do is try it on. And you put it on and say, hey, fits good? Great, excellent. We're all good to go. Too tight, too big? This is how you can exchange it. There's a paper inside the box, and you show them in the video. Walk them through it. So that's a really streamlined example of how you can create a great onboarding sequence on site. Now, let's talk about external onboarding, like emails and things like that. How can you get people to get acquainted with your product and services and feel comfortable through email and through some other external tools? Let's get into it. With pretty much every email marketing service, there is a feature to have automated emails, or what's called automation. This is available with MailChimp, Aweber, Infusionsoft, ActiveCampaign. And what it is that you can have emails go out at a certain time for every new person that gets added to that list. So if you have a new member or a new customer and they get added to your customer list, they get a series of emails that you have written beforehand and scheduled to go out at a certain time. So for example, you may want an email to go out immediately after they join the list, and then another email after 1 day, then another email after 2 days, and another email after 5 days. And through automation, you can really improve your onboarding. Now, my personal opinion is that in-product onboarding is the best onboarding because they have to go through it. With email, I recommend it. It's great, but people can ignore emails. People cannot open emails. People can open them and skim them and not read them completely. But I do recommend you do send them, especially if you want to send them to some tutorials. You want to give them critical information like their username and password to access things, maybe their shipping information, their receipts. All these things need to be sent out automatically and supplement your in-product onboarding. So with the simple in-product onboarding I explained to you today and email automation, you can really have a great starter onboarding sequence, and you can start analyzing how well it's performing. Remember yesterday in part 1, I gave you a task. I told you to take a look at your stats, how many returns you're getting, how many sales you're getting, how many people are dropping off your list. And that way you can compare it to what you have or your results after you implement this onboarding sequence. Guys, if you're looking for an advanced solution in product onboarding, I'm going to share it with you in a moment. But before that, let me give some love to today's sponsor, HostGator. When you're building a business, you don't want to have to worry about the tech of creating your business website or registering domain names or getting SSL certificates for secure checkouts. Let the experts take care of that for you over at HostGator. When you sign up for HostGator, you get 24/7 live support. So you get a whole team of people dedicated to make sure you win with your business website. They'll help you and walk you through creating your website, maintaining your website, and upgrading your website whenever you need it to be upgraded. That also includes when you start with the baby plan with HostGator, you can upgrade at any time as your business and your website grows. But the point here is just to get started. And now is a great time because you could save 30% off with our amazing discount code. That means you can get started for only $5 a month. Just go to HostGator.com/MBA30. Again, that's HostGator.com/MBA30. Guys, if you're looking for great customer onboarding software, something that can really help you with in-product onboarding, we use something called AppQues. That's AppQues.com. They're not a sponsor of the show or anything, but this is what we use for Webinar Ninja. And we use it because it's great for software because it allows you to apply certain pop-ups and little tooltips and great onboarding sequences that you can create for your customers. And this is especially important if you have many features in your product, like a software like Webinar Ninja. So there's a free trial where you can try it out, and it's really simple to install on your site. But I say this is advanced because their starting package is $99 a month. It's not cheap. And that covers 1,000 unique users to your product. Now, if you want to analyze how your onboarding is going or how people are using your products and services, there's a great testing facility or testing resource called usertesting.com. And they'll give you a free trial, one free video of somebody using your app or using your software or using your course or being a customer. And obviously, you'd have to give them free access. And they'll give you actual feedback as they go through and use it. After the free video, it's $49 for your first 10 videos. So it's really affordable to get some really good feedback on how to improve your onboarding or your entire customer experience. If you want to take a look at how people use your actual website before they buy, there's a great tool called Hotjar, hotjar.com. Again, not a sponsor, but a really great tool. They actually record the actions of what people do on your website, and you get to see where people click and what people actually look for when they're on your site. Guys, in a nutshell, onboarding can really, really help your business keep customers, reduce refunds, increase sales, and reduce support tickets. And that can really, really save you a lot of money in the long run. So take the time to implement some of the stuff that we taught in part 1 of this lesson and part 2 today, and you won't regret it. I guarantee it. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. But today's episode is not over because I got to give away a free lifetime membership to the $100 MBA Training and Community. Let's see who won this week's free ride. And the winner is PMDSAS. Says, love this show. 5 stars. I just recently started listening to the show. It's great. I love the fact it's only about 15 minutes long. Thank you for that awesome review, and congratulations! You are now a free lifetime member of the $100 MBA Training and Community. That's a $100 value, all for you. Over 180 video lessons, interviews with experts, a whole lot more. Make sure you email us at support@businessrepublic.net so we can hook you up with the lifetime membership. Guys, we do this every Friday. To enter the draw, just leave us an iTunes rating and review, and you can win a lifetime membership to the $100 MBA Training and Community. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out our weekend episodes, Friday and Saturday, Q&A weekends, where we answer your questions right here on the show. All right, guys, but before I go, I want to leave you with this. I suggest you dedicate a day or two to complete your whole onboarding sequence. Just shut off everything and get this done. And just put it out there and see how your customers react to the onboarding. See the results, and then revisit it 1 month later. All right, guys, I'll check you in tomorrow's episode.